Freudian slip. You couldn't know this, but actually, before my name was Andre Donnell Sparks, it was Andre Donnell Jones. And so I don't know how you knew that. You startled me when you said that. To Dr. Witherspoon, my brother in the struggle, God bless you this morning. To all the members of the local Board of Education and the State Board of Education, to all these fine educators who are here on the dais with us, to all these fine people who are here who call themselves friends and family of these 140 dynamic individuals, good morning to you. I'm so glad to be here to share with you today on what I think is the premier graduation in the state of Alabama. And you can go to all the universities, you can go to all of the other high schools, but to be in a place where people thought we would never come, and to be here today, this is a premier graduation. I don't take anything away from those other institutions, but I want to applaud the City of Birmingham public school system for having the foresight, leadership, to step in and to create a format that allows people to recover. It's a wonderful, wonderful blessing. You know, Scripture talks about this, Dr. Witherspoon. Proverbs 24:16 says, even a righteous man falls 7 times and gets up again. And so why should we give our children just one shot? So God bless you this morning for being here. Mamas and daddies, big mamas, grandmamas, pookies, neenies, all the ones you say. Bow-legs and skillet in here too. Let me tell you this. I know you're proud. I know you're enormously proud, and the confines of this room won't let you express just how proud you are. It's one thing when a baby is born on time, but there's a lot of pent-up energy when a baby is overdue, when you have to wait past the due date. And finally, through all the labor pains, through all of the sweat, through all of the tears and cussing and fussing, the baby is finally born. A whole other thing. And so I know you're proud, and let me tell you this, I was at FAMU a couple of weeks ago. I was at Lawson last weekend, been to a number of graduations. I haven't seen that pride is any different in a parent anywhere I go. It doesn't matter the level of institution, a mama and daddy's pride is the same everywhere you go. So be proud today of your baby and what they've done. Joe told me I had some specific time constraints, and she felt like she had to tell me that, not because I'm a judge, but because I'm a preacher, I believe. This is discrimination, I believe in. Trying to rein me in. So she didn't give me but 1 minute to talk. I love to read. It's one of some people say the afflictions I have. I have to do a lot of reading on my job, but when I don't have to read stuff about the law and cases, I like to just read for my information. And the stories I like the most have a main character who starts out without much or in trouble. And I like a good story to be developed so that at the end, that person is on top of it. Those are my favorite kind of stories. And so I come today just for a minute to talk to you, these 140 folk who know today that the number 13 is not unlucky. They know that. The number 13 is a blessing for them. Today, they know that. Yeah. I've come to talk to them about the next chapter in your story. The next chapter in your story. And it's okay. I know all these other folks are in here, but I want to talk to y'all for just a minute. All right? Because we've been waiting on this one. I don't know who was supposed to speak at the graduation that you were supposed to go to, but this is the one that God appointed you to be here. All right? This is the one. The best stories have a central character who is tough and resilient, who can get through some things and make it through difficult times, and the world loves this kind of story. I call it euphemistically an in spite of story. Everybody loves an in spite of story, in spite of humble beginnings, in spite of poverty, in spite of growing up in a single-parent household, in spite of injury or tragedy or disability, or most of the time, in spite of just plain bad decisions, they came out all right. I bet if you look around and some folks are really honest with you, they'll tell you sitting up here on this podium, they'll tell you sitting out here in the audience that they too have an in spite of story. In spite of the problems that life threw at them, and in spite of the problems that they brought on themselves, they still have been able to make out a good living. To be a good story, I found, Dr. Pichon, that they don't have to end up wealthy. No, that's not a prerequisite to be a successful story. They also don't have to end up famous in order to be a successful story. You don't have to try to be a superstar in order for you to have a successful story. Those stories are okay, we like them, they put them on TV and we smile and laugh at them. But I like the story of the guy who starts out down on his luck, gets to level ground, and is just able to make out a plain old good-fashioned life. Nothing special, taking care of his family, taking care of his responsibility or her responsibility, moving on, not causing any ripples in the community, just living out life. To me, when you look around, that's the majority of the people who live around us. They're not making big waves, but they are doing things the right way. There's always a critical point in every story where the main character has to make a choice, and that choice makes the difference in their life. Always a good writer can find it. For example, I have to come up with an example that would cross generations. For my generation, it would have been Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. For your generation, it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Do you remember in the scene, I know y'all have seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie is down on his luck. Everybody knows Charlie's family was poor. They didn't have enough to sustain themselves every day. Charlie's on his way from school one day, and he looks down on the ground and finds a bill. I don't know what the denomination was. Now, if Charlie had been the responsible young man that he was, he would have gone to the local Publix and bought some beans and some bread. That would have been reasonable. No one could have faulted him for doing that. But Charlie had to follow his dream. Charlie had to do something that other folks may not have done, just like maybe dropping back in school when you're 21 years old. Some folks might not understand why you want to go back to high school when you're 21 years old, but you have got to follow your dream. Charlie went and did something with that money that most folks would have seen or deemed illogical. He went and bought a chocolate bar. Now that, most folks would say that wasn't a wise expenditure of his money, but if Charlie had not bought the chocolate bar, dropped back in school, he would not have gotten the golden ticket. And when he got the golden ticket, it opened up a new world to him. I believe by dropping back in to the recovery program, you found yourself a golden ticket. And I believe that this golden ticket is going to open new avenues and new doors to you that you couldn't have imagined, that you might have only dreamed of. Today, I'm glad to be a part of your story. I know some of your stories started out pretty bad. Some of you, if you had to start the story again, it would not begin once upon a time because it was not a fairy tale. I know some of you have lived, you think, more in a horror story than anything else. I realize that the boogeyman has always been in page after page of your story. But I'm here to tell you right now, you have the pen to write the next chapter in your story. You don't have to